Mamus make 'em, mamus make 'em. My name na manga, na one for make 'em, one for make 'em, one for make 'em. My name na manga, beg no forget 'em. Mamus make 'em, mamus make 'em. My name na manga, na care for make 'em, I care for make 'em, care for make 'em. My name na manga, beg no forget 'em. Sky's the limit, and I want to touch 'em. Girls going crazy now.
Willie Kumba, Sambani Nyabasen Akumbai.
Jitinyo Bakumba, Nicha Bonkulu.
Bavano, Berenga Cape Town. Abefu Cape Town.
But Cherry Cape Town. No, Nangake.
Elela Bamu, Mbwa Cameroon. Elela Bamu, Vanawakwi. Elela Bamu, Mbwa Yakumba. Ne Kominyoraje, Elela Bamu.
Wachima Kumba, Cape Town.
Ejere, Cape Town.
Cape Town, Anintia.
Lematsu Cape Town.
Nakona, Nagajia, Matania Kumba Duka.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning K-Town. It is your breakfast show on KCBS TV. My name is Christy Ijang. First, let's have our thought of the day. Take care of your body because it is the only place you have to live in. Thank you for joining us today. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome Esther Julius with something new. Stay tuned to Good Morning K-Town.
It's Jay on the beat. Manga est vieille, elle est bordel. Elle est belle vieille, mais elle est bordel. Manga est vieille, mais elle est bordel. Oh. Elle est belle vieille, mais elle est bordel. Moi-même je vois quand je m'imba, mais je n'ai pas les dos. La galette du pays pour tuer. Dans mes wakala, je ciblais une yango. Mola, je vais pas la laisser. C'est Chichoko, tu m'es aimé, joli bébé. You know, I go carry you go. Je suis ton parigo. Je peux changer ta vie, ma chérie Coco. Wonderful,
elle veut m'apacher.
Wonderful,
elle veut m'embrouiller.
She tell me say she been a virgin, but I'ma know she been a bordel. I don't chercher, I don't trouver.
Oh, Charaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Charaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Charaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge.
Welcome back. This is Good Morning K-Town on KCBS TV. Let's welcome Esther Julius and learn something new as always. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm always glad to be on your program.
Okay, we're always happy to have you because you always come up with new things every day. So what are we learning today?
Do you belong to any association?
Of course.
Do you have any post of responsibility?
I have.
How did you get that? Were you elected or appointed?
Elected.
That is democracy, which means you must be elected to. So if I ask you, which country is the most democratic country in the world, the oldest?
I'll say the United States.
And which is the most coveted post in the United States? Which post do you think is the most respected post there?
I mean, president.
And you can't be there without being elected. That's exactly impossible. Okay, I will shock you today. There was a president in America who was never elected president.
Really?
Did you know that?
I think I've read about it somewhere. Okay. I think
President Gerald Ford is the only person in America who was a vice president and president without being elected.
Did the president die?
Oh, there, how it worked. In 1973, the then vice president Spiro Agnew resigned due to tax scandal from his state, his district of Maryland, and Gerald Ford was what they call the leader of the House of the Republican leader in the House of Reps.
Okay.
So now the then president Nixon appointed him to be vice president.
Okay.
And then in 1974, Nixon was impeached by the Judiciary Committee for what they call, he tried to bug the homes of his office of his opponent, which came to be known as Watergate.
Okay.
So now, when they started impeaching him, he resigned. So according to the 25th Amendment in American Constitution, which means that in case of the president's absence, the vice president. So when Nixon now resigned, Gerald Ford took over as the 38th president of America.
He was one lucky guy.
So Gerald Ford was vice president and also president without being elected.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You know, he went through, he was safe from all the stress of election night. Do you know what these people go through?
Campaign.
That's crazy. I remember McCain, when he lost the elections, he made a statement that he cried like a baby.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
he spent a lot of money.
Yeah, you spend money, and there's so much tension. And if you just have to, if somebody has to relieve you of all of that tension, then you're a lucky person. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Therefore, he was.
So when Spiro Agnew was the vice president, then resigned due to he had some tax fraud scandals in the state of Maryland that he came from. Actually, Gerald Ford came from Michigan.
Okay.
So he was a Republican representative, and then at that time he was the the leader of the Republicans in the House of Reps at that time.
Okay, I get it.
And when Spiro Agnew resigned, Richard Nixon automatically, say he was a Republican president, appointed him to fill the gap of vice president. Nixon himself, a year later, 1974, had this scandal, resigned, so Gerald Ford now just stepped as president, according to the 25th Amendment of the United States. So he goes in history as the only person who became vice president and president without being elected.
Wow, that's a very sweet story. I wish things would be that easy for everyone.
And Spiro Agnew is not the first vice president who resigned. There's also another vice president was called John C. Cullen. He also resigned. That was earlier, much decades earlier than.
Okay. Wow.
So Gerald Ford is the only person who was vice president and president without ever being elected.
Well, I really wish like African presidents would also resign, like we had scandals like that, but
the resignation in Africa is not. We got have institutions. They have institutions. We don't have here. Because if you start investigating, the president will be dismissed. So it's not like Europe where they have institutions where you don't even. Yeah.
All right, that's very good. We have really learned, and it's a good story this morning. It's really a good story.
Always my pleasure to be here.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Good Morning K-Town continues. Stay tuned.
My angry. BT Awards.
Bring no more.
Take it up.
On the beat.
I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap.
I don't be rap by the comedian.
Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rapper. I want rap the rap. I must rap the rap.
Rap by the comedian.
Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rapper. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me a rapper. Mama mie, nyami jaka rapper de pombo, oh yeah. Una match too close because the real men for the game don't enter the game. Una jog go come when I go bring this award for this smoke, oh yeah. Then una go compromise and number under it. Now we batula, no we will canvas. I said Jovi, I don't give you chance, I no see nothing. Even to travel out, you know one travel. Even to bring award, you no bring nothing. Even cup and spoon, man no see nothing. You say you want resign, you be footballer. Yalamboy Pascal, the face of Kululu market. You been boko God, it's where God design. The fufu where you pan and that's so color. I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me sabo rapper. If you over Vimba, you no go hear anything. Make you no ever ask me say who write this rap for me. Inspiration, na Yahweh the give am. The rejected stone, na he the support the long. Sally eno, you can we emperor like King Kong. Usaka, Wuja, Ugen Kong, say you be King Kong. Say go bring we a work for this mboko ya. Small time my year say don't change, yaja. Small Bobito shall hear you say be Casanova. Hey, you say now only you are a toad that we don't know. For this mboko ya, Yamanda Wujobi, you never settle up. Jobi you again for this mboko ya. Jobi what tell me so you be God. Sally eno na Satan. I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me, I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me sabo rapper. BG Baba, you said the eggplant salad. Ya top away the topper, no the make any topper. I hear say the talk say, wait till you don't talk. Ya koni say if you give woman belly. My monster, you say you been joku. Then joku when me at the thing I seen a elephant. It's a forest, Jody Marshall. Even a big vulture, Jody Marshall. Even a King Kong, Jody Marshall. No the fear line gong dog, you be Kumba picking. Because we go Kumba, who know the carry lots of class. Who know the carry lots of class? Speedy boy, you be eggplant salad. OC, you be eggplant salad. Street king, you be eggplant salad. Una rap, you know you make any culture. I want rap the rap. I want rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me, I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me I want rap. I want rap the rap. Me so I must rap the rap. Who don't live the rap? Me rap a rap the rap. Don't know one rap the rap. Me sabo rapper. Mr. Big Man Culture. How you go do big pear under plum tree? No even look for up. You want go cha? Coconut for inside granite farm. You wanna beat ya? I wanna. Just don't look me as I they bring the award from Bokoya. Me, the rejected stone, now be the head cornerstone. My angry.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town. It is always your breakfast show on KCBS TV. Our next guest is the Provost of the Institute of Professional Studies at the St. Monica University System. Let's welcome Dr. Ekakunde Henry. Hello, Doc. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
All right, you're welcome. And so today you are starting a new German language course at the Institute for Professional Studies, and we are here to learn all about it. So why did you choose the German language out of all languages?
Yeah, in the first place, we are not starting this program for the first time.
All right.
The program has been running even while I was still working with the St. Monica main campus in Boya.
All right.
We had that auxiliary program, which was the German language. And when I came to Kumba also, I decided to put that one also in place.
Okay.
So actually, we have been running it since 2016, since SMU came to Kumba. And mostly we ran it during the holiday period. Yeah, why did we choose the German language? In the first place, the German language was chosen while in Boya because we had some expatriates from Germany.
Okay.
There were Germans who came here who were our partners, and they decided to at least give a helping hand to the institution, so they decided to introduce the German language. So I decided also to come to Kumba also and carried on with that tradition, because myself I'm German trained.
Okay.
So the expertise is also there on my part, and I have some other colleagues in town who are also German trained. So we decided then to carry on with that tradition.
Okay, that's good. So who are those who can come for this course?
It is open to everybody. The German language is open to everybody. I think it is a plus point in everybody's life to learn an extra language. So once you know for example, we speak the English and French in Cameroon. Then if you add any other language, Spanish or German or even Japanese, most people even go for Chinese today because many people travel to China.
Okay.
The German language is advantageous to us because we had a very good relationship. Cameroon had a very good relationship with Germany in the past, and there are certain issues we did not even know. In the past, Cameroon had even a free visa to Germany. Many people did not take note of that. By the time we were leaving Cameroon in the early 80s and going to Germany, then we did not need a visa. So many people did not know of that. So we could easily travel from Cameroon to Germany without a visa. So but once you travel to Germany, then they don't speak our French or our English, then you need to speak the German language. So it is an advantage then for those of us or any person who wants to at least visit Germany to have a bit of the language. It is also advantageous for those who want to maybe work in any international team where the Germans are involved.
Yeah.
Yes, it gives you an edge over the other people. Yes. And nowadays we have many other people who travel to Germany, and the condition the embassy has put in place now is that you must be able to speak, at least communicate in the German language before you obtain a visa to Germany. So that's why we decided then to put this one, or to continue with this program, so that we can assist those who want to travel to Germany then to be able to able to meet up with this criteria or this criterion. The issue is not everybody who goes to Germany goes to study, because if you go to Germany to study, then in the past you actually needed the German language. But today they have put in place in their educational system many programs that run in English, especially at the postgraduate level. So, but then the government has insisted that any person coming to Germany, then you will not only spend your time in the classroom, you have to interact with other Germans in the society. So you need that minimum requirement then of at least communicating in German. So that's the minimum we also give here to our prospective, let me say, travelers to Germany.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what materials will you be providing to your students to enhance their learning?
Yeah, we always have some books. We have books we give to them, hard copies, and also audio materials. It's the same method we were taught in Germany that we are also introducing here. They gave us books with pictures and all other issues where you can learn vocabularies and so on and so forth, and then also audios where you can listen to maybe news or short paragraphs and everything, conversations, to master the accent, to be able to understand and also communicate with somebody.
That's good. All right, so how long can it take a novice to be able to communicate in German?
If the person is really serious, you can have that basic communication skills within 3 months. Yes, within 3 months.
Okay.
Yes, I remember when I went to Germany also, and we started the language in September, and by November I could really listen or watch TV and understand what they were saying. Yes, I could communicate also, go to the shop, I say I want this, or ask my direction, where is this street, or where is this doctor, and so on and so forth.
That's good. I remember I started learning German in Form 1. I mean, so I'm now getting to understand why at that point we had German teachers come over right from Germany. We had 2 teachers. I had Lynn and Anya, 2 ladies from Germany. They were actually our teachers. At that time, I did not really understand why they were there. Just like, yeah, they were just, we were happy seeing white ladies in class teaching us German at the time. And so For anyone out there who might be asking, like, why do I have to learn German, and what are the advantages of learning another language?
I just said it. Those are you have some advantages. You may be able to work in international teams. Yes, you may have the opportunity to travel out of the country, and one of the requirements would be the German language, or any other language. Must not only be the German language. So, like I said, then the first advantage you have is that it is a plus point to know an extra language other than your own mother tongue.
Definitely.
Yes, it opens many doors to you. Yes.
All right. So, who are your team members, the teachers who are taking this course?
Yeah, those of us teaching the course, we are about 5 in number.
Okay.
And we are all, let me say, seasoned German trained teachers.
Okay.
We all studied in Germany. Myself, I lived in Germany over a period of over 24 years.
Wow.
And the others also have been in Germany. Also, they were students in Germany. And after their studies also, they worked there for a while. So none of them has been less than a dozen of years in Germany. So they mastered the language very well. We did not only use the language in classrooms, but we also use the language in the society. Myself, I've even worked as an interpreter in Germany.
Wow, that's good. So will it be a continuous thing, or is it just one course, one time, and that's it?
No, it is not a continuous thing. I'm sorry, it's not a one course, a one-time issue. It is continuous. Actually, the way we've structured it is that we will be having it intensively during the holiday period, and then during the normal semester period, then we may be having it once in a while, depending on the demand. And during the holiday period, we're having it, then a new program starts at the beginning of every month, so we can have 2-3 different groups within this holiday period.
That's
good. The issue is the interest. Many people here would not want to show the interest, but I think with this, some of this publicity now, some people will want to, because there are some other guys who want to travel to Germany, but they don't know how to go about it. So we even give assistance in that direction, how to travel. If you want to travel, the requirements, for example, those who want to go there as students, their admissions, we can follow up your admission in universities for you. Yes.
Okay. So where can we register for this course?
If you want to register for the course, you just need to come to the Institute of Professional Studies, the St. Monica University here in Kumba, which is located at RTC Junction beside Presbyterian Church, Kumbambeng. Yes.
All right. So your number is on the screen, but just give your number so we.
Yes, you can. They can equally get to me. The prospective students can equally get to me also through the number 674-946861.
Okay.
Let me repeat the number: 674-946861.
All right.
Yes.
So, Doctor, thank you so much. It was really nice talking about this German language course, and I wish you all the best. Hopefully, you have a lot of students and a lot of people get to learn the German language.
We do hope so. We do hope so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to have early captions with Eswa Julius. Stay tuned to Good Morning K-Town.
Madame, Monsieur, NMG. Le 9 Primo. NMG dans the building. New Africa. Give me money. Amina Mata. Come make we jolly, come make we holla the matter. I'm married, man with the throwing a dollar. I'm married, man with the throwing a stepper. If you no getting money, then you be picking for quarter. If you want follow, now you get for check the passa. Holla the matter, holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter, holla, holla, holla. Amina holla the matter, holla. She go holla your matter. I mean, I want to marry Bobby, we get plenty money. I mean, I want to marry Alaji, we get plenty money. I mean, I want to marry all of them cocoa buyers. I mean, I want to marry all of them stockbrokers. I mean, I mean, now, Madame, Monsieur, NMG, New Africa down the building.
Okay, Amina holla the matter. Holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter. Holla, holla, holla. Amina holla the matter. Holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter. Holla, holla, holla. Gondere money. Amina sukusuwe. Gondere money. Amina sukusuwe. Gondere money. Wana yisukusuwe. Gondere money. Mogamo sukusuwe. Amina over like money. Traumatisé. Eva me traumatisé. Money for handbag for ground. Traumatisé. Amina hala de mata. Money. Hala. Amina sala. She go hala your mata. Money. Hala. Amina sala. Amina hala de mata. Money. Hala. Wana yi sala. She go hala your mata. Money. Hala. Amina hala de mata. Money. Hala. Amina sala. She go hala your mata. Money. Hala. Amina sala. Amina hala de mata. Money. Hala. Wana yi sala. She go hala your mata. Money. Hala. Amina sala.
Crystalline Empire. Wildlife. Mana queen. Betty Pay. Mana queen. Boma dust off of my coast. We the chop me tumba. Then we give the men and toes. I say, it's telling me you never reach. You done the boss. You depend say all time you been a fine wall. Whoa, just no. Man they yeah, just the chill. Think that they done the high. When them know they on their heels. Them I belong on the street of boy. Don't be na shit. Nana me I done the rap. I the chop I know the twist. Listen, be the fryer con. You there for respond. You want the run. Now all my men they don't defend me like gun. Bring a bitch out any bit I go burn. Who breaking the rules? They send a job here. Deep in a mess. Mommy no correct. Man they go drop you out. I've started 80 then the lunch. You go know the pocket. Mana queen. 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 Celebrate a celebration. Want me celebrating? No say na rex. The way I did do all my things, I'm coming to go mount kind of style. I'm blowing, I'm flowing. I'm doing like I'm nobody. I'm not cracking, but I'm flowing. Yeah, I'm doing like I'm nobody. I do my team, I wear my man, I know the overtalk. We come from Boko side, fake rappers must to gap. I know I depend on no man, I wanna become a boss. I beg don't put me down for mop up, got plenty rules though. What my fans help me? Oh, wait, I never finish. Try and give me some meaning because my enemies want to miss me. They wanna say hello, but I was gonna kiss my toe. I know they compare me, no. I know they find me for no guy, no. Yeah, babe, God in heaven himself, no say I got me no competitor. They overcheck me, so they give me chop of them beer. That's what gather all my men, they make me shock and more tonight. Money where you know what can me be so sweet, my man to spend them. I got all my men, they make me shock and more tonight. Yeah, mana queen, 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 ha ha.
A phone boy on the beat.
It's a time for broke ass niggas. All my dope niggas out there, man. Love you all. Mwah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never live with me, brother, sure. This is boy, I'm in hometown. We just want to show some love. Some love. Some love. My most precious thing. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This boy at me hometown. We just wanna show some love. Some love. Some love. My most precious thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This boy at me hometown. We just wanna show some love. Some love. Some love. My most precious thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This boy at me hometown. We just wanna show some love. Some love. Some love. My most precious thing.
Good morning. Good morning. You are watching KCBS TV, the Kumba City Broadcasting Service. I am Mr. Julius Fosong. This is Early Captions. Today I'm joined by an old name in journalism. The man who has seen it all. We'll call him the Doyen, the boss. He is the publisher of the detective newspaper Ndengo Francis Opie. Good morning. Welcome to KCBS TV.
Good morning. Pleased to meet you again.
Today is the beginning of the week and we have many papers and many burning issues. Today we'll begin with the Chronicle Times. Oh, you heard of this recent adoption of 6 divisional delegates in Zian and one killed. And the caption says, blood-sucking Ambazonian IG claims responsibility. People are happy to claim responsibility for killing people.
Yeah, that's within the context of a crisis.
Okay.
So it may surprise some people who may hate what is happening. All of us hate evil, but we have to accept and go with what is happening. Just avoid getting involved in any crisis, because once people are blood-sucking, if you go against them, you are victimized. So it's not enough.
Is it right to actually claim responsibility killing people? Is there some honor in that?
There's actually no pride in killing. Yeah. Even when the military kill, they tell you that they have killed some Amba, they have seized their guns.
Okay.
So everybody makes a claim.
Okay.
Claims are left and right. So it's not only the Amba who are claiming. The military too, when they hit the separatists,
they display guns.
They display guns and so on. Some of them advanced guns, and tell you they have killed a number of these things.
And a lot of people are shocked with that killing.
Yes, of course. It's shocking.
It's a young man, apparently.
It's shocking. All of my young people were arrested.
Of recent, the U.S. government has begun indicting people to claim arms importers. They say indicted Amba firearms importer in the U.S. is going to reveal other accomplices in the U.S. It says we're in for a long case in that domain.
Yeah, it may not even be long. How long does it take under pressure for you to reveal truths?
Okay.
The truths are embedded in you. If you are not involved, you will say you are not involved. But the fact that I've seen you already in that domain, having these things, is just enough for you to. And it will be good if they have to unveil some partners
or the links
in crime. Then that will be okay.
You can't import arms in the US if there's nobody to collect here.
Yes.
So there must also be a link here.
Yeah, of course there has to be.
Of course, when they say accomplices, they're just saying that there's going to, it's a whole network.
Yes, let us hope. But that is to be expected. You know, for people to buy arms and so on.
They must have somebody, a network of those who receive them.
And you cannot be talking about war without arms and ammunition.
Which means somebody supplying the arms.
Yes.
And if they supply, how do they get money to get? So somebody sponsors the arms.
It's somebody's business.
Somebody's business.
Yes.
So we might be in for lot of shock.
Yeah, you'll be in for a lot of shock. Yeah, you may even be surprised.
Those who are behind.
Those who are behind.
Okay. Let's go to the reporter. According to the reporter, they say non-indigenous mercenaries invade Nzian, abduct 6 divisional delegates, kill 1. The emphasis is on non-indigenous.
How do they? Well, non-indigenous, yes.
Yeah.
But of course, you know that the Southwest is cosmopolitan.
Good.
You don't expect the Southwest is not like the Northwest, which is about 70%
or
indigenous population.
Good.
Yes. We're highly cosmopolitan.
That is true.
Look at Kumba. Look at the Konotiti. Look at Fako. All of Fako.
Yeah.
How many River Aquarians are there?
Yeah, I know.
So some people will take advantage to do their things, and you should not say
and
it.
Southwest people being tolerant.
Yes. So I don't even want to go to the extent of trying to identify or separating. Yeah. The issue is that there has been kidnapping. It doesn't matter who has done it. It's a crime which is unacceptable.
Which should be condemned.
Should be condemned outrightly.
Also in the reporter, the Speaker of the House, Cavalier, Yege Jubilee says, talking about the COVID-19, that the public should exercise patience. Like people are becoming so impatient, what is happening with this people have embezzled money? The COVID money, he says the public should be patient.
But well, that's legitimate. What else can the public do without being patient? Okay. You cannot push the BR government into taking certain action. They have to, or any government at all. They have to scrutinize the landscape, the activities, the money involved, and so on, because it is it's awful that money will be intended for,
for health reasons.
For health reasons, and then some people just there will be even allegations that money was touched. We couldn't have gone to.
It's scandalous.
It's scandalous. Yes.
Also in the reporter, Atanga Njewe, as Minister of the Administration, has urged governors to revamp abandoned contracts. But that's a very complex issue. What comes to contract?
Why did they have to abandon
in the first place?
Why do they want to abandon contracts in the first place?
You know,
there were other activities going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would it take the intervention of the Minister of Territorial Administration for contracts which were abandoned to be revived? I mean, we are not patriotic.
We are not. You
yes.
are right.
The word is that we are not patriotic. That's the truth about it. Why do you even abandon? Okay, perhaps because of insecurity, contracts were abandoned. Okay, but the moment you find a way, an outlet, and you are able to do something, do it. But of course, abandoning too in this context is legitimate. Consider the killings.
Okay.
Yeah? You show your
no,
face
not only Southwest State, all our governors of abandoned contracts in the country, not
in the country. Okay.
Who take money they don't.
It is even awful over there because at least there's some relative peace. There are areas where people have not carried arms against the others, but contracts are abandoned.
But no, don't think because there is no follow-up. Don't think of mafia because somebody collects money for contract. Those who come to inspect, they claim they have seen the structure, the infrastructure.
But we're living in a mafia situation.
And the person sign and then discover there is no infrastructure.
But that's part of the permanently installed corruption.
So when Atanga says they should go and revamp this contract, I don't know, is he just trying to play for the gallery? Because he's a person who's supposed to know those who give
out.
He
probably wants to be seen to have done something.
Okay.
But let us see how concrete anything is going to be done.
Let's hope, because if all the contracts are there, many roads today will not be the way they are.
Yeah,
because on paper, most of these roads have been tarred on paper.
But concretely,
they
are not.
They're tracks.
Yes.
Let's move now to Newswatch.
Yes.
Newswatch newspaper. Newswatch says the 3 plantation workers are going to serve 12 months in prison. These 3 young people at Penja who made a video insulting Paul Biya and his mother were arrested and will serve 12 months in prison plus a fine of 500,000 francs each.
Yeah, but that's what we saw. I think that if they really did insult the head of state.
The video is there. The video is there. They put it online.
Yes.
Insulting the president, insulting the president's mother. I think they went too far.
They should not.
That's of social media. People are getting mad. I'm crazy.
You should not even insult.
Should you insult the head of state?
Head of state. No, you should not.
They were angry about the misuse of COVID-19 money that they are there in wherever they come from Benja. They work and they are being paid very little money.
But you know, look at the ages. I don't know precisely what their ages are.
In the 20s, I think.
Yeah, in their 20s, there are people who are erratic.
Excited. They're erratic. They're impulsive.
So impulsive.
Yeah, they just
so they don't think well, and they don't think of consequences.
Some boys saying that baby should be forgiven. They should be forgiven. No, that's what we're saying. Well, you can't insult the institutions. When you insult the president, the president's mother is going to be too far in Africa. In Africa, we don't insult senior elders in Africa.
But I think that I've been modest. The court has been modest in the sentence.
Yeah. I mean,
there are areas where you could take 2-3 years. And
in Thailand, insulting the king is even a taboo.
Yeah, of course, completely.
That is even constitutional.
Yes. Okay.
If you insult the king in Thailand, no lawyer even comes to that case.
Okay.
No lawyer even comes to you.
Immediately condemned.
Yeah. If you insult the king, I mean, you have to respect the head of state.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, and I've been fined 12 months in jail plus 500,000 francs each.
Yeah.
But I heard some people say they will appeal, that they will plead on
their lawyer said it. The lawyer said they'll go and appeal. Let's see how effective the appeal is going to be.
And
when
also,
it does come.
Yeah. Also, in Newswatch, say in what they call Operation Clean Kumbo, the military and Amber have recorded deaths.
Yeah, that's what we learned. But military and Amber dying is no longer really news.
It's not news.
Yes. You may try to hide the deaths of perhaps soldiers and so on, because that's what many people want to propagate. That the Amber have been killed and so on. But you don't know the other side. And they suppress it, except when they know they cannot suppress it.
Okay, we'll now go to the Herald newspaper. And something is catching my attention: the emphasis on non-insanity. That's why you don't seem to get my point. Now the Herald says widespread condemnation as non-Indian youths begin killing captors. So always insist on non-Indian. There's an emphasis that these people are not people from that region who are killing people. Can you get on the tone of what I'm getting? Do you see what I'm saying here?
Yes, we have talked about it before.
Okay.
My brother, within the context, you don't know who is who.
No, people, if they say that means they've no.
People take advantage.
Okay, let's talk
to
of
do
the
things.
paper.
Yes.
The paper says none, so we cannot say that wrong. Let's assume that what they're saying is correct.
Yes. Okay. How have they made it very clear? How can we be proven right that it's non-Indian youths?
No, if they say that means they have the facts. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Or about 5 papers keep saying non-Indian youths, so they're not. They can't be all wrong.
Yes. Okay.
They are colleagues. So why do you think you keep insisting on non-Indian youths? Still, I don't understand why all people are saying that.
They are probably saying that
Framophone papers.
Those who are killing have come from outside.
From outside.
For me, the fundamental issue is within the crisis, everything is impossible. There's no way you can start talking of non-Indian youths, non-Bakosi, or non-this. Anybody can come and take advantage of this thing to do nasty things, even to paint you black in your own place.
They say the man allegedly behind this killing call himself General No Pity, that is on the run. General No Pity is on the run. He's been hunted.
Okay. I thought at one time they said there is this 11 kobo or something. What?
10 kobo.
10 kobo. Whatever. Whether the person in the heart of the issue has escaped or not, the most important thing is that a lot of damage has been
and there's
done.
no justification killing people. I mean, you cannot justify that killing people, kidnapping people, asking for ransom. There's no justification on that.
Yes, killing. But that is why we're saying that this crisis should come to an end. If it doesn't come to an end, a lot more things than we've seen will be seen.
Let's talk a bit about hate speech. Musonge, the Musonge Commission now says that if you are accused of hate speech in Kemo, you can be jailed or you will be jailed. And Barrister Nico Ale says that frustration is the cause of hate speech and xenophobia. Do you buy that?
But of course, it is easy to understand. Frustration. A lot of people are frustrated, and when in frustration, people.
So if I'm
going to
frustrated,
outburst.
If I'm frustrated, should I insult you because I'm frustrated? Should I insult you? Does that make sense? I don't.
It may not be right. It's not right. But how do you control anger, which is born of frustration? That is emotion. So it takes a mature person.
I have lived in Germany for the better part of 2 decades.
Yes.
You cannot tell a lot of Germans who are xenophobic are not poor. They are not poor at all.
Yes.
German youth, they have what we call, how do you call it in English? They give them allowance for being unemployed.
Being unemployed, yes.
They have enough money.
Yes.
The houses are paid for by the government.
Yes.
They go and they have food ticket. They go and collect food from
collect
you know.
food, yes.
So they don't have any reason to be. They are still racist and xenophobic.
Yes.
It's not frustration. I don't buy that. They are not poor.
Okay, those that is a situation where people just decide to do hate.
Good.
Huh? But there is a contrary of our own part of the reason
extreme poverty.
People take is poverty. They want to.
Or people feel that a few people have all the goodies, others have nothing.
Yes, and then we are not really. The social terrain is not really.
Now they say those who are accused of hate speech will be sent to jail. How does that work? You go and accuse somebody for insulting somebody, go to fire. I don't know how it's going to.
Well, they know what to do. They are sure that if they are talking about it, they know that
then the government
laying ground
will begin, because the government power of hate speech is really started from government officials. The way they make their comments, the way they look low on other people. I mean, government officials should be warned to be cautioned where they talk on.
Look, my brother, I've told people they are just finding fault
where there is no fault.
Let this crisis be resolved.
It should be handled. Really.
Let the crisis be resolved. Have you reflected on what we were before? Look at Cameroon some 20 years ago, 15 years ago. We didn't have all of these things happening now.
We didn't have them.
Yes. So in frustration, people just say anything, do anything, and then now they are getting caught in law. Yes.
It's a complex issue. Hate speech, fighting hate speech. I think it takes more than comments. So when the country becomes inclusive, I think people are going to feel part of the system, and hate speech will required.
Gradually.
Now to municipal updates.
Yes.
Municipal updates. And they said, Works Minister speaks out on Bamenda Babajoro. I think this has been a sore in the country.
They have just been recycling that evil all along. How long does it take? Well, at one point they gave us to believe that the job will be done, done effectively.
Yeah.
It's a long time, and they have recycled the job will be done and done effectively. They will start next week. They are not starting, and things are degenerating.
They are degenerating, really.
Yes, but I'm not surprised, because first of all, where do we have modern roads in Cameroon? One of the biggest problems we have is roads, bad roads.
Bad roads.
Yes. See, so that is
also in municipal updates, there is more like an imperative. Indian roads rise up against invaders.
Indian youth
rise up against invaders. Yeah.
Well, that's okay if they're able to come together.
Maybe they have been too dormant that the region has been taken over by people just kill people.
And it will not only be isolated to Indian. The Indian case is not isolated.
Yeah.
What
Most
about
part of the South?
What about
Kupemanunguba? Where?
What about Fako? Fako is even worse.
Yeah, most of those people who attack people in Munya, they're not Bakure people. So I think people, it's a wake-up call.
Yes.
For dormant indigens.
But all of those things are intended only to intensify a crisis.
In crisis. What is the solution of the crisis? What should be the solution?
Yes.
Okay. The State Decentralization Board is asking ministers to hasten transfer of powers. But there's something I don't understand in this country. They have a minister of decentralization, they have regional elected members, that they call them.
Yes.
But it's as if each minister decide when he wants to recognize them, because why should someone I think it's supposed to be automatic that is when the regional delegates are elected, this amount of competence goes to them. But as if ministers have to sit and decide, I mean, it's not serious.
Many of these things are just precipitated. They have come up with these projects as a partial solution to this crisis. It doesn't come from the heart. It's not out of patriotism.
Okay, just beginning to quell maybe tension.
Yes, but you don't quell this crisis or tension with just this flimsy talk of disappointment and that. No. There are fundamental elements which have to be respected, taken into account.
But why are people afraid to empower those individuals?
Who is afraid to empower those individuals?
No, those in Yaoundé, why are they afraid to relinquish powers to those who have been elected individuals?
But people are used to power. They don't want to leave power. Power is not. That's why you have to bring restrictive measures. There must be limitations. Yeah, somebody can stay for 40 years in power. He can be a delegate for 25 years. He can handle the position for 10 years and above, whereas the thing ought to move from one latitude. Latitude should have been made for the thing to retreat, leave you. After some time, you know that this person has lived usefulness in this position, so he must be replaced. Somebody comes in with innovations.
Yeah.
But yeah, we stay in office and recycle the same thing over and over.
The last point we'll take today on municipal update, you know about the Bamenda Ring Road project.
Yes, of course.
It's been old. It's older than fairy tales. They say the loan from the African Development Bank loan that they gave us, now we cannot hope that they're going to use it to construct the Bamenda Ring Road. But I think that is good news.
Good news, but
they took loans about 106 billion.
Why would we be talking of that Bamenda Ring Road, that song which has been recycled over and over? If we're patriotic, if we're loving, these are some of the things that annoy certain people, and are forced to go an extra mile.
Okay.
Yes, we have to have a sense of patriotism.
Okay.
Huh?
But you know, there's a bit of controversy, because people were saying that, you know, sometimes when you are handling a crisis, don't make them convoluted. That is, don't create another crisis inside the crisis.
Yes. Which is what has been
the Kumba Indian Road. The company, I think, is Soruba, they called them, said they were scared to go and walk there because of Amber. That was the claim.
Yeah, one of them was killed.
Yeah, this is in the Anglophone region. Bamenda is also in the Anglophone region.
Yes.
Now, if you are afraid to walk the Bamenda, the Kumba Monumba Road,
yes, why would you?
I am not afraid to walk the Bamenda Ring Road.
There's something intriguing.
Question: Why can you walk here? I cannot walk.
I cannot walk.
This is quite.
Yes, that's true.
It's a conundrum for the government to handle.
Yes.
The Francis Appiah, publisher of the Detective newspaper and editor, it was nice having you on KCBS TV today.
Pleased to be here. Always.
This has been Nelly Captions. I've been Ace Wajidos. For Song Your host, thanks for watching. Good morning, Cape Town. Continue. Stay tuned to KCBS TV. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my god, this is so fucking lit.
Is it? Yeah? I know. Hip-hop's heart breaks, man. Do you got what it takes? I mean, I need something that rhymes with mistakes. Drugs! Kendrick Lamar on the feet. Bitch online, this is me. Ha! BNC be the library. We put words together, see? Yeah! You gotta wait for this one. Hold on, now this step buffer. So my guns kept the Ruger. Pull up on you in the Uber. Better say your hallelujahs. Draw your body with a ruler. I dare Houston, Texas, Museum for Natural Science. This Spanish bitch thinks say I be monkey, so I gotta teach her the science. I ain't did nothing to you, but you still hate. Well, leave I'm so. If I make it, don't we all make it? You just sad. I beg just leave I'm so. Ice cubes on my wrist. Big doobies when I twist. I don't shine, I just glitz. Superstar, now ain't this. I be flipping all the scripts. Yeah. Bad bitch, give me lips. Yeah. And I don't mean on my lips. Yeah. All we do is make hits. I mean, keep it real with you. I don't understand that mumble rap. Nigga, redo me that. My son told me he lucky. If you ask me, I'm happy. Without you up for me. Cause I do this for the family. John C's, that's a family. Mitch Mins, that's a family. AC, that's a family. I don't name drop, so excuse me. Yeah. Avia, that's a family. Victor Silva, that's a family. H Cross, that's a family. The song lit, bitch, pay me. If you're not part-time rapper, I am full-time. Holla. If you know what get my side, trust me, I got the chopper. I'ma clap at you when your manager. Sit down, I can't stand you. Must have lost your manners. I know be British, but you be not white girl. I be writing essays. English fast with my essays. They pull you over in your Mercedes. You ain't seen me in like 3 days. Yeah, that mean you need a ladder. I'm leading, bitch, you need a follow. I be engine, even a starter. Magic, abracadabra.
Leave I'm so. I beg you, leave I'm so. Leave I'm so. That I just leave I'm so. Leave I'm so. I beg you, leave I'm so.
Matter of fact, I think I'm about to go back.
Leave I'm so. That I just leave I'm so.
I just show you how to make the most of this money if you listen close. Working all night, wake up in the morning, shorty made me toast. Got passes in most neighborhoods and they ain't never been revoked. My team be doing the most. We got Ivory, but we know they go ghost. Flow V, you get song. Hit the fish, we go back song. Cameroon, yeah, be on. Good to see us in the front. Dance girl, baby, jump. play with the palm.
Leave am so, I beg you leave am so. Leave am so, that I just leave am so. Leave am so, I beg you leave am so. Leave am so, that I just leave am so. Leave am so, I beg you leave am so. Leave am so, that I just leave am so. Leave am so, I beg you leave am so. Leave am so, that I just leave am so. Yo!
Mesdames et mesdemoiselles et messieurs, les enfants, les petits enfants, chacun vous allez à moi.
Quand tu donnes avec le cœur, on dit que tu es mou. Quand tu donnes avec le dolo, on veut te tuer, laisse tomber. Aïe aïe aïe, laisse tomber. Aïe aïe aïe. Matin, midi, soir, je suis là pour réparer, je suis là pour déposer. Mais ils ont trop cassé, before midi soir. Nami a dit décaler, un ami a dit découper. Before you want parler, if you know, you know. No, no, you know, no. I beg make you cool the temper, make you cool the temper, yeah. If you know, you know. No, no, you know, no. Make you cool the temper, I beg make you cool the temper, yeah. Quand tu donnes avec le cœur, on dit que tu es moumou. Quand tu donnes avec le dolo, on veut te tuer, laisse tomber.
Good morning, K-Town. As always, it is your breakfast show on KCBS TV. And we've come to the end of today's edition of the program. We want to sincerely thank all our guests for being here with us this morning. Many thanks to all those who follow us on Facebook, on our YouTube page. Thank you so much. Those in Dubai, England, Ireland, Canada, Denmark, Nigeria, Swaziland, South Korea, Germany, Japan, the United States, Equatorial Guinea, and India. You can send all your contributions or your comments at info@KCBS. I have been Christy Ijang. Thank you for joining us today. We want to also thank our technician, Nembo Rodrigue, the producer of the program, Esther Julius Fosong, the cameraman, and also our sound consultant, Atem Andrew. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the program. Bye for now.
Willie Kumba, Sambani Nyabasen Akumbai.
Itinyo Bakumba, Nicha Bonkulu. Bavono, Berenga K-Town. Abefu K-Town.
Bacheri K-Town. No, Nangake.
Elela Bamu, Mbwa Cameroon. Elela Bamu, Vanawakwi. Elela Bamu, Mbwa Yakumba. Ne kominyoraje, Elela Bamu.
Wachima Kumba, K-Town.
Ejere, K-Town.
K-Town, Anintia.
Lematsu K-Town.
Nakona, Nagajia, Matane Kumba Duka.